Hello, everyone. Okay, that sucks. Hi, my name is Kristen Eve. Hello. It's so wonderful to meet you. Okay, blah. My name is Kristen Eve, and I am a singer. You thought I was going to say Mormon, didn't you? Okay, I wanted to talk about something. Let's get serious. I wanted to share a story with everyone, and hopefully it will inspire you to just do something. I don't know. However you take it. Okay. I have sung since I was like 5 years old. And kind of in my tween years, everyone started noticing that I had a good voice, and, you know, they encouraged me to sing, and that's kind of how I got into this. And I wouldn't say singing is like my favorite thing to do. It's not like, you know, I have other things that I'm doing, and singing is kind of just along for the ride, but I do love songwriting. So obviously being able to sing my songs that I write is a plus. Anyway, I wanted to share a story about a man named Jed. No. Okay. I wanted to share a story. This sucks already. Okay. I wanted to share a story about a gig I had about a year ago. Okay, so the thing you need to know is that prior to this gig, I had been having really good shows. Like, the crowd loved me, you know, and they would tip really well, and blah, blah, blah. Then I got this gig at this restaurant, and I won't say its name. But the deal was, I wouldn't get paid, but I would get a free meal for performing there, and they would provide a tip jar. Well, I get to this restaurant, and I didn't even think they knew I was supposed to be there. I don't even think they knew I was supposed to be there. And I pretty much had to set up my own little area to play. Like, they weren't ready for me. I didn't get my free meal, and there was only one guy there that would talk to me, and everybody else was just like, it's like I was invisible, and some waitresses would look at me and I'd smile, and then they would just look away. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is, as the night went on, it's like the experience is getting more stressful. I'm like, ugh, you know, and on top of that, you know, I went from doing shows where they, you know, loved my songs and, you know, they were enjoying it, to a crowd of people who couldn't even see me, I think. Anyway, so in the middle of a song that I was singing, I was just looking at everybody and I was thinking, God, these people are grouchy. No, but seriously, it was tough because, you know, I didn't have a microphone, so I was already having to sing really loud. Well, as loud as my vocal cords could handle, and everyone was just like grumpy that night. Like, they weren't enjoying it at all. So anyway, in the middle of this song, I was looking out at everybody, and I thought, you know what? So what? I'm here to sing. I love my songs. I believe in them. I'm gonna belt it. If they're acting like they can't hear me, I'm gonna sing louder. So anyway, I changed my attitude in that moment, and I just kept singing and smiling and having a good time, because my family was there, and they were enjoying it. They were clapping for me. And you know what? I just decided to have a good time with it. And so I just kept playing and singing. Then, this happened. This table that was the nearest table to me, sitting at the table was this 8-year-old girl with her parents. And she kept looking at me and smiling at me like I was Hannah Montana. And she just like adored my singing. I just kept catching her staring at me and smiling, and she was enjoying it. So here's the cool part. I noticed that she was enjoying it, so after a song, I asked her name, and I said, this next song is dedicated to you. I didn't tell her what the song was written about. My uncle has a horse that I just adore, and I had written this song about him, this horse. And she didn't know that it was about a horse, but I dedicated it to her. So after that, she came over and tipped me, and she brought a tiny piece of paper that had been torn off of a, big piece of paper. And she asked me to write my name on it. So I wrote my name on it, and she went back to her table. Then as her and her family were getting up to leave, I think they tipped me twice. She tipped me again, I think. As they were getting up to leave, she gave me this picture. Now I'm going to cover her last name. She gave me that picture. She drew a horse for me. There's the torn part where I had written my name. A horse! The song I dedicated to her was about a horse, and she drew a horse for me. Now, if that's not a God hug, I don't know what is. So, it seriously touched my heart, because I was just like, she made my night. Audrey, you made my night. And I hope I meet you again someday. Because even though that whole crowd was not enjoying my performance that night, and even though I had a rough night there, by changing my attitude, I invited this positive energy back into the situation. And this girl enjoyed my performance, and her family enjoyed my performance, and they tipped me. And now, I have a picture that hangs above my bed. And when I look at it, it reminds me of why I'm doing this. So the reason I'm telling this story is because I want to inspire everyone else to not let anything get in the way of whatever you're doing. I mean, it doesn't have to be singing. It can be mowing lawns. Whatever it is, just remember that you have the power to change the situation with the attitude of your mind. And don't let people decide who you are. Don't let people decide if you are worth it, because you need to know that in your heart. If you know you're worth it, and you believe in yourself, then that's all that matters. Because, see, if I had have given in to that negative energy that night, what do you think would have happened? I wouldn't have been smiling. My songs would have been sung really crappy because I was having a bad attitude. And you think that girl would have enjoyed my singing? No, she would have probably been like, God, that lady's cranky. So, because I controlled the attitude of my mind and decided to be happy and positive anyway, it was worth it, because that girl enjoyed it. And for an hour, I was able to put a smile on her face and inspire her. And she inspired me way more than I could have ever inspired her. So go for it. Whatever is trying to hold you back today, tomorrow, whenever, don't let it. Control the attitude in your mind and just push through it, because you know what? It's worth it. I needed that experience to happen. I don't always need a crowd that is going to love me. I needed that experience because it tested me, and it allowed me to say, hey, I don't care. I am having fun. I'm going to belt it and just do this, sing my songs. And sometimes we have to remember that. We need those tough situations. If we always had good situations, we wouldn't be strong, and we would let things get to our heads. Like, I would probably think, ooh, everybody loves me, I'm a rock star. No. I needed that. So I hope this inspires you guys, and I hope you can get something positive out of this. Okay. Toodles.